I want to show you something Deb's been working on while I've been over there working on the woodwork. She has built this lovely thing. She hasn't had her hands in the soil since 2018, 2 years now since she's been able to do any gardening, and she's going pretty gung-ho now. So those are potatoes. Okay, Deb. Now, you've not spent a great deal of time sailing, but a lot of time gardening this year. And we showed this at the beginning of the year when you just started it. And you want to tell us a little bit about it? Or?
It's called a potato tower.
Yeah.
And it's a piece of fencing wrapped around. And I put the extra chicken wire around it because my squirrels in where I'm living are really bad. And just to keep the squirrels out. But then you line it with straw on the bottom in a little nest, put some dirt in, add your potatoes in a circle, cover it up with straw, dirt, or with some dirt, then straw, then some dirt, and do it again and repeat until you come up. So we're going to see how it worked. Should have some...
Our daughter Molly's here helping. Thank you, Molly.
I'm just going to leave it open. I'm not going to take the one.
So we taking bets, or
What's that?
is it full of potatoes, you think?
I think it's full of potatoes, yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Well, this is exciting.
You want it to fall? That's okay. We can just let it fall. Kind of not on the deck, though. Ooh,
Not on your
we'll
shoes.
just kind of roll it. Oh, I guess if you keep it on that, that's... Oh, look! Here, let's not throw them in. Let's put them in gently, because they're going to have to dry out. That was not cheap.
Yeah, if we get a bag of potatoes for the $50 we spent building this thing.
Or the time.
It's best not to attach numbers to it sometimes.
Yeah.
That's true. It's just... And nobody was hurt in the making of this film.
Sailboat in the moonlight and June. Wouldn't that be heaven? Oh, heaven just for two. A soft breeze on a June night and June. What a perfect setting for letting dreams come true.
Well, another day on Windover. We're doing a bit of a shakedown today. This time I've got my son-in-law Zoe. He's back there running the boat. We are having a little challenge with our alternators that make it difficult for me to go too far afield. I've got my solar panels up now from Marine Solar Innovations. We put them up the other day and they are charging nicely. But I really, with that big bank, I really do need to have an alternator that can throw some voltage at it. So anyway, we've been having discussions with a few manufacturers, and I think we've got something that's going to happen very, very shortly. But in the meantime, I can't go very far from the marina. So we're trying to do day trips, little shakedown trips where we do little projects as we travel. And today Zoe has joined me. We've had a few wonderful trips already this year with Deb and grandchildren and what have you, and that's all the kinds of things you do as you're getting a boat ready to do bigger voyages. So today we're going to the historic Murray Canal, and we're going to take you all through it. The Murray Canal was dug to join the Bay of Quinte, where we live, with Lake Ontario, and it goes right through to Brighton, Ontario. It's quite a historic stretch of water, so we'll take you through that. There are a lot of canals in this area. This is where the Trent Canal starts. The Trent Canal would go from Lake Ontario to Georgian Bay. Also a little further to the east of us, there's the Rideau Canal. The Rideau Canal goes from Kingston, Ontario to our nation's capital, which is Ottawa. So there's some really nice canal sailing, if you want to call it that, motoring I suppose, that can be done in this area. And if you are thinking of going on a vacation, there's some beautiful spots around here that you can sail. One benefit of this Bay of Quinte region is that there are hundreds of miles of protected waters for you to sail. It means you don't get those consistent winds that you get offshore in the ocean, let's say, but you are out of the really heavy weather. You can travel from Brighton, Ontario, all the way into the Thousand Islands, and right, frankly, to Quebec City and beyond on the St. Lawrence without ever having to lower your mast. So there's a tremendous amount of fresh and saltwater sailing that can be done between Brighton, Ontario, and all the way up the St. Lawrence. So it's a tremendous resource for us, and we love being in this area because of that protected water. We like to be able to go out for a sail and not be too concerned about the weather, and not have to sort of have an aimless run out into a large body of water, which some of you don't like. Instead, we can be in enclosed waters where, there's a shore on this side and there's a shore on this side, and frankly, there's a marina along the way. There's restaurants and stores that we can stop at, and we can sort of do different things instead of just going into one big sea of water. So anyway, enough about our area. We're heading to Brighton. We're going to go through the Murray Canal, and we're going to spend a night out there on the hook, again with our lovely Manson anchor here, all prepared on the bow, and we'll bring you along. Hope you brought your life jacket. Bit of a windless day for this trip, unfortunately, but tomorrow is going to be the big windy day. We're thinking once we get through the canal, maybe we'll run out into Lake Ontario and just have a bit of fun out there before we anchor for the night. So we'll see how soon we can get through that Murray Canal. There's the mouth of the Trent River and the start of the Trent Canal system.
Thank you very much, Dream Chaser. Who's the other vessel traveling with you? That's Cactus 2. Okay, hopefully both of you have your radios on. Go ahead there, Dream Chaser. Yeah, both of us have increased our speed, and we'll be there shortly. We're going to pull over for a stop on the wall there. Okay, then I'm confirming that after you go through the bridge, correct? Correct. Thank you.
Construction of the Murray Canal started in 1882. 3 routes were proposed for the canal. The builders finally settled on an 8-kilometer-long native portage that stretched from the Bay of Quinte to Presqu'île Bay. The canal employed men, muscle, steam-powered dredges, derricks, and pumps. The canal was opened by Sir John A. Macdonald, Canada's first Prime Minister, on August 15, 1889. The yacht Surprise was the first vessel to transit the canal. The Murray shaved 100 miles off the dangerous open water passage around Prince Edward County. Today it remains a popular shortcut for recreational boaters, like us.
You can head straight for Nicholson Island. The only thing is there's a shoal in front of it, and it's 3 meters.
Well, a beautiful morning at anchor. Not the windy day we expected, certainly. But I think if we wait a little while, the wind will come up. Today we're going to have some good solid winds to test on this boat a little, and we're going to throw a reef in the main and see what she'll do as we race her back home down the Bay of Quinte. Last night we had a whole bunch of bugs land on the boat, as is very common in anchorages here in Ontario, and got a really neat feature on this boat I wanted to show you. That's handy as the dickens, so check this out. That fitting is connected to a pump that brings lake water in, and I can use that to clean the boat. Get some close-ups of those bugs in there. Right there. Yeah, lots of them. Okay. Well, eventually we got that wind we were promised. Here we go. The net idea was ours.
Yes, and the net idea is from Ontario because they use the nets in the canal systems there, and he actually said he'd never seen anyone use a net. So I suspect that they're going to go out and get a net because it gives you a safe distance from the other boat.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so let's see if they do that.
Right on.
You heard it here, or you learned it here.
Thanks, sir. Well, a lot of you have been asking about the lettering on the back of the boat, and we thought we'd take a moment and show you what we ended up with. We want to thank Dan Goldfarb from Dan Goldfarb Signs and Graphics in Belleville for doing such a great job for us. And of course, we want to thank all of you who voiced your opinions when we did that poll on Facebook a few months back. Why not leave us a comment and let us know what you think? maybe hit the subscribe button and click on that notification bell while you're at it. See you next week.
Even if I wanted to, I couldn't do it. I couldn't get enough forward momentum with my legs.
You're trying to do a flip?
Yeah.
Talk to me.